Welcome to our divine message from our compassionate guides. Thank you for joining me. Today I am pulling from the Oracle of Fairy cards by Karen Kay. So I'm doing a 3-card spread, as you can see. So let's jump right in and find out how this message can help heal and serve you today. So let's start with kind of where we're coming from. What has been the importance? Finding balance. That's where we're really coming from. Find the balance between work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. It's kind of our current step here, kind of where we are at this moment. We're in between finding our balance so we can get to that magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Awesome. And then this is where we're headed, kind of the future here. Light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that the light can penetrate the darkness. Wow, it's pretty awesome. So let's take a moment, take your deep breath in. And as we settle, let's find out and dig into each of these cards a little bit more. So we'll start here with our finding balance, kind of where we're coming from that point. So all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. And does this apply to you or someone you know? Working too hard, you can become in danger of being boring. So this one's really advising us that the fairies are flying in to remind you to take a break, give your body and mind a well-deserved rest. The problem with work is once you've completed one task, there's always another waiting. So this is to remind us, no matter how hard we're working, and this is actually good for myself, I'm really bad for just go, go, go until I'm exhausted and I'm tired. And this is the point. Don't go till that point. Just go, take a break, find that balance, because there's always going to be more to do. There really is. There's always going to be more. So even when you feel like, you're like, oh, I need to get this done or this done or this done, remember divine timing. I feel like that's what it's really telling us. Find that balance, remember divine timing, and trust. We'll get things that we really need done in the time that it's needed. And when we find that balance, like take that power nap, make sure we're in that harmony and finding the frequency we need, we're going to be able to magically get that magical gateway open, taking the journey to trust through that step forward without looking back. So this magical gateway says it's important to know that once you step through the magical gateway, your life was changed. You'll see and feel nature in a deeper way. You'll feel connected to the plants, trees, and flowers, and develop a deeper compassion for all living beings. The golden key to this fairy door resides inside your heart. So now it's really time to walk through the fairy door and embrace your fairy self. So when we find that balance, we get into frequency so we can actually use our energy to open our magical gateway, that manifestation, that ability to go forward and create the reality we want. And then where we're going to lead to is the light. And I feel like that's just such a beautiful, bright one. And that, no matter where we're at right now, there's a lot of dark. And if you're hearing me yesterday, I was feeling a little dark and hopeless with all the Nazis in Canada. But without the darkness, there can't be light. And we're coming to a point where all these bad hidden things that have happened are coming out. It might be karmic time as well. That's what it does feel like. What was interesting, as a side note, on the light being shone, I read an article about why the speaker brought this Ukrainian Nazi. Well, not only in Canada do we harbor terrorists, well, we harbor Nazis all over the place because he's been a well-respected Canadian. He's been highlighted by media previously. He's been recognized for things in the past, and it's never been disclosed at any point that he was ever related to the Nazis. So I find that that's interesting because we're at this light time now where the light is going to be shone on that you can't hide the past. You can't hide those dark demons. And then ironically, I came across a video totally unrelated about a hit and run from 2008 where they found the people and the vehicle that was hidden for the last 14 years behind a fake wall. Weird. And then they actually found it in September, but they're now disclosing it now. Like, what I think it was or was it September they were saying of last year, it sounded like, but maybe it was this year. I don't know. Nonetheless, the light is here, and without the darkness, there can't be light. And light is being shone. You have to close your eyes if you don't want to see the light, because it's literally everywhere showing us what's happening. And another side note of the Nazis in Canada, Christine Freeland's grandpa was a Nazi. So it just shows you how we do respect and idolize Nazis, and it's a weird cultural brainwashing that it's just disappeared like they were never part of that, and then they were socially accepted into our culture, and they've had a lot of power, which I think explains a lot of why we've ended up where we are. We're literally have Nazis and terrorists running the entire show. So there's the light of that darkness. To summarize up the message, I really feel that today's message is, if we find our balance and we get ourselves in that frequency and alignment, we can really open up our magical gateway to all that ability that we need to manifest and create the reality we want going forward. This comes up a lot, that we are those magical beings and we can create. And this is saying, find the balance. When you're in balance, you're going to be able to create that gateway. And then the light is going to come in and we're going to see all the truths and we're going to create what we want. We are, because all the dark has to be brought to light. Like that is part of this process right now, is we can't go forward as a society, culture, whatever we are. Humanity can't until the darkness has been completely shown. That is really what it feels like. And it's just the message that light is your protection. It casts away any shadows, and whatever it shines the truth on will ultimately be revealed. So again, find your balance. You can create that magical gateway. You become the light. And when you become the truth and the light, you shine it and it will reflect off of you. And I feel like that's what more and more of us are doing. And that's why the light is coming to fruition. And there we go. I hope this message helps, heals, and serves. And until tomorrow, namaste.